Hey, what up, man? Hey, man, say, man, it's your boy KJ, back with another video. The host of the broadcast podcast, SL Sports Language, giving you the livest, latest news on sports and events. And I'll put it to you like this. If you don't like what I gotta say, or if you got an opinion, you can debate me about it. You disagree on what I say, you can debate me about it. Hold on. Y'all know the routine. If you don't like what I say or said, debate me about it! Speaking of debate me about it, put it in the comment section. Hold on the comment section, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, there I said it. Like, comment, subscribe. So you get your latest news information on sports from your boy KJ, the host of the broadcast podcast SL Sports Language. Now here we go. So we got to talk about James Franklin. We got to talk about Penn State. We got to talk about Penn State making a low-key foolish decision, firing James Franklin. First of all, let's get into the facts. So there's recent news right now. James Franklin got fired from Penn State. Penn State, they won against their first 3 games. Then they lost against their next 3 games against like well-known nationwide top 5 powerhouse teams. They lost, they lose against ranked teams. So they lost against UCLA, which is kind of embarrassing, but it was a close game. They lost against Oregon. It was a close game, and let's be honest, Oregon, not to make an excuse for Penn State. And then, last but not least, they lost against you-know-who, which we don't even know them like that anyway, Northwestern, which was a close game. Now, we're going to get back to later why I keep saying these were close games, because, yes, sure enough, these were close games. Now, James Franklin, he been with Penn State since 2014 up till now. They done made 15 bowl appearances, if I'm not mistaken. They won 8 bowl appearances, so his record is 8-7, 8 wins, 7 losses. Have they won a national title? No. Have they won the granddaddy of them all? No. Have they made it to pretty much the NCAA college football championship? No. But James Franklin, he has produced NFL talent. Saquon Barkley, which is, on the cover of Madden, doing the backwards hurdle, a Super Bowl champion. He's helped produce nearly Heisman candidates. Like I said, and he's a great coach. He came a long way being a wide receiver coach, tight end coach. He's from PA, he's from Pennsylvania, so he's a hometown boy. I mean, James Franklin, man, the fanfare, the brotherhood, the unity, bringing people out. To be honest with you, one of the main reasons why Penn State is still relevant is because James Franklin. Every time I will watch the games, people will talk about James Franklin. Just like how Alabama, you would talk about Nick Saban. Just like how you talk about Clemson, you would talk about Dabo. But certain teams, they will talk about the players more often. You know what I mean? Like, okay, at once upon a time, they were talking about Trevor Lawrence, Clemson, Deshaun Watson, Clemson. When it came to Alabama, they was talking about Derrick Henry. You know what I mean? They was talking about Amari Cooper. But when it comes to Penn State, yeah, they're talking about the players, but the odds and the popularity was always based on James Franklin. And firing him, I don't see how you can replace that. Now, I'm telling y'all the facts, how long he's been there. I'm telling y'all the facts about the bowl game appearances. I'm telling y'all the facts about him being fired. Right now, there's rumors on who they're going to try to replace him with, which that's going to be really hard, which, like I said, it's not going to get better. You know what I mean? It's really not going to get better from here. Now, allegedly, which there's no alleged about this, but I'm going to keep saying alleged. It's been in digital newspapers. You can look it up on ESPN, CBS, ABC. Even the reports have been stated, like listening to Bomani Jones, listening to JT Sports. Shout out to my man JT Sports. Go check him out. But now now Penn State not only fired a head coach that players wanted to play for, besides the NIL, which you all know the truth, but now they have to do a buyout. 50 mil. We talking about 50 mil. So if y'all was paying this man millions on millions on millions on millions, racks on racks on racks on racks, now y'all gotta pay him 50 mil just to end this whole partnership, a buyout. And let's be honest, we in college football. We still on the facts now. We in college football. We are in October. We're technically in the middle of college football season, because when November and December comes, that's it. Once New Year's hit, that's it. Bowl games are coming. The national championship literally at the New Year's Day, the playoffs. That's it. So we're literally in the middle of college football, and to fire him just wasn't a smart move. Now let's get into opinions. Let me first off by saying this. You're not gonna find another coach like James Franklin at Penn State. You're not. It's not gonna happen. Okay? Yeah, people watching this gonna be like, well, you don't know if you take a chance and take a risk. Yeah, people are probably watching saying, well, he lost against UCLA, which was embarrassing, even though that was a close game. He lost against Oregon, even though that was a close game. And you lose against Northwestern, even though that was a close game. Now, you can make an argument. I get it. There's no excuse for him losing those games to a certain degree. But then again, these are certain close games. Yeah, you can make an argument when he's being out-coached. Yeah, you're right. But you can also make an argument, well, maybe the player's not playing up the part. See, we always want to point at the coaches sometimes. If we got to take a step back and be like, bro, some of these players just not doing it when it's time to play on the field. For y'all to be Penn State, right, which is a hierarchy name in terms of college football, the Big Ten, Pac-12, whatever conference they in, and Big Ten. And then for y'all to lose, but we can't take away it was close. I can see why UCLA head coach got fired. Blowout after blowout after blowout. And it was against New Mexico State. New Mexico. From a Mountain West conference at that. I can see why you fire Virginia Tech. You start off 0-3, just like UCLA coach. I can see why you fire Oklahoma State. Right? It hasn't just been working. It hasn't been working. Penn State, they start off 3-0. Now you can make an argument, oh, the teams that they played against was no competition compared to them. Yes, and yes, you can make an argument that the next 3 games that they lost, they should never lost, especially against UCLA and Northwestern. I do agree on that. Okay, but firing him isn't gonna solve your problems. It's not. It's actually gonna make it worse because the head coach that you get, besides the interim head coach, you guys aren't going to be winning your next games. It's not going to happen. It's going to be a miracle. Because to have a mind state like James Franklin, to lead the coaching staff like James Franklin, to be able to bring in players besides NIL, because now it's evil playing when it comes to big powerhouse schools. It's evil playing field. It's a even, not evil. We don't do no evil stuff. It's an even playing field because now you can pay anybody, as long as you get them the bag, especially in warm climate, friendly playing areas, especially if it's in a place where they call home and you giving me a bag, nearly millions of dollars. Okay, I'll go to this team. I'll go to the Alabamas, I'll go to the USF, I'll go to the UCFs, I'll go to the Vanderbilts, I'll go to the Indianas, which they playing good by the way. I'll go to this team in the American League Conference like Florida Atlantic or Memphis, because now you're giving me the bag. So now these teams that supposedly aren't in the Power 5 conferences, they can beat a team in the Power 5 conferences because the talent is nearly the same, because y'all both spending as much money for as much as the same talent, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, this team isn't that good because they aren't able to recruit because they're not in a big Power 5 conference compared to this team has a top well-known coach like the James Franklin, and there's a top well-known conference, and it's Penn State. I'm gonna go there because he make NFL pro players. But that's besides the point. I digress. But what I'm saying is, James Franklin, you're not gonna find another man with that type of mindset, with the type of push, the drive, dedication, motivation, with the type of just the expertise, just the genius behind his coaching. And I know what you're thinking, KJ, genius. But let's not forget, playoffs. They made it to the playoffs last season. So I'm saying that to say this, y'all can't give up on a golden goose. But that's probably too far-fetched. I won't say James Franklin is a golden goose. What I'm saying is y'all can't give up on the man, the leader, who has the torch. You know what I mean? That can lead y'all to glory. Just with good players, of course, NIL. And bro, to me, this wasn't a good move. Yes, I kind of cringe at the bit of him losing these next 3 games against top teams. And like I said, the only top team that you can excusably lose against was Oregon. But you ain't got the nerve to lose against UCLA and Northwestern. That's not accepted. I do understand where the fans is coming from. But we can't forget the man started 3-0. We can't forget that the rest of the season, under him, they're going to win. And y'all going to make it to the playoffs. Did y'all not forget? I can see if the NCAA playoffs were still only amongst only 4 teams. I can understand that. To where now there's no chance that we're going to be the top 4. But did y'all not forget, depending on the record and depending on the placement of each team in the conference, the NCAA expanded their playoff range to nearly 12 teams, which is nearly an NFL playoff type of competition or a state championship and high school level type of playoff competition, right? Now, there's an expansion. There's no more back in NCAA days to where, depending on the votes or how much games you win, these two teams have to battle it out. There's no more playing favoritism. Oh, these 4 teams, but we're gonna pick these 4 teams. We're gonna overlook their records. We're gonna base it off of the teams, just like how they did Florida State, right? And then your record is gonna get you at the seat at the table, but you gotta wait till decision day to see if you make the final 4 teams to make it to the National NCAA Football Championship. Now it expanded. So now if you got this team who has a mediocre record compared to this standout record, they have a chance to do what? Upset alert, upset alert, upset alert, upset alert, upset alert. Did we not do we not see the bigger picture, Penn State? Athletic director, dude, you still have a head coach that can lead your team into the hunt of the playoffs. Whether you guys make it to the playoffs by a great record or make it to the playoffs on the skin of your teeth, which James Franklin shouldn't be allowed to do that because you're such a top coach. But come on, bro, how many teams that we've seen make it to the playoffs, NFL, state championship wise, NBA wise, and AC or one of the lowest seed, and then they make it to the championship? So y'all gotta stop with this, man. It's not gonna be perfect. It's not. It's not, man. It's not. Yeah, he lost 3 games. I understand that, but get your feelings out of it. And honestly, when it comes to finances, y'all could at least waited to the end of the season. If y'all was gonna renegotiate this man contract, pay this man money just to fire him after 3 losses, and then it's like, I feel like all these NCAA college football teams are just picking up and doing the same thing what these other teams is doing, not knowing their backstory. Okay, ever since the UCLA firing with that head coach, it's just been nothing but head coaches being fired. Now you got CBS and ABC talking about coaches in the hot seat. Coaches in the hot seat. Now a coach may feel like, man, I might be next, and that's not cool, bro, because not every coach has NIL good money. And I just learned this because I'm thinking ever since NCAA opened the floodgates to NIL, I'm thinking, oh, every coach got millions on top of millions to be spending. They don't, bro. They don't. So y'all got to stop with this, dude. And it's being disrespectful. Like, I don't like this. I personally don't like this for college football. I personally don't like this for James Franklin and for Penn State because y'all aren't winning. Y'all are losing. And it's only gonna get worse under a new head coach. Now teams, y'all do know after y'all fire a head coach, players can just opt out and just be redshirted and be like, oh, I'll transfer. Now players who want to keep playing, they could. But the players that's getting NIL, they gonna get paid anyway. And we gotta play under a new head coach, which only came here for James Franklin. So it's not gonna get better, dude. It's not gonna get better. You gotta remember, 8-7. He nearly won 100 or something games with Penn State. He been with them since 2014. He has brung a certain crowd, a certain fan base that I don't think any other Penn State coach has done. But I can be wrong. If I'm wrong, you'll call me out. This wasn't a smart move. I don't care what ESPN says. I don't care what any other commentator says. I'm going to tell you how I feel. This was not a smart move. It was foolish. But that's what I got to say, man. Hey, man, you Nanity Lions, you Penn State Lions, the whiteout, all that, y'all can throw it away because y'all about to lose even more and more games. But I'll put it to you like this, man. If you got an opinion on what I just said or say, you can debate me about it. If you disagree on what I just said or say, you can debate me about it. Hold on. If you don't like what I said or say, debate me about it! Speaking of debating me about it, put it in the comment section. Hold on, the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me repeat that one more time. Like, comment, subscribe. But hey, man, it's your boy KJ, the host of the Broadcast Podcast, SL Sports Language. Thank you for the 2,000 subs. I got something special for y'all, and I'm out.